Welcome to a special behind-the-scenes edition of our show. We have a guest host coming in and we're turning the tables and putting me in the hot seat, so stay tuned. This is In the Saddle. Welcome to the show. We've got it.
Sorry. And rolling. Okay, I'm rolling.
Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, you know the rest. Jump, 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 jump.
I'm back. Hi, it's George Plummer, back in the hot seat here on In the Saddle with Drover Sports. I'm back as a special guest interviewer today, and our guest is going to be Jessica Jackson, the Sports Information Director here at USAO. Jess, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Well, doing great. I apologize for having to drop doing the most of the work here at on In the Saddle.
We definitely miss having you. We love having you on the show, but I've got some big shoes to fill, but I'm trying my best.
I'm sure you do great, and you've done great already with the shows you've done so far. So I guess we wanted to talk a little bit about what the preparation work that goes into doing In the Saddle. Of course, we've got to mention our good friend, Captain Video,
of course,
David Duncan. He's the guy that does most of the work.
Of course. Video producer, David Duncan. He's our video director at the university, and he does a great job. He coaches me through everything and has been really solid since we started the show, back up, just helping me get comfortable in front of the camera and all that stuff. He does a great job in post-production. He always makes us look good.
Without makeup.
Without makeup, yeah, he does a great job. We couldn't do the show without him.
And the third thing is, too, is most of the show is unscripted. I mean, the interviews are ad-lib. We have some questions we kind of have in the back to ask athletes and coaches and things like that. But you guys do some things before the show and after the show that takes some extra time. I mean, this is about a 5 to 6 minute show, but with all the other things you guys add on before and after, it makes it pretty fun.
Yeah, definitely. We get a lot of help from the coaches finding the athletes that we want to have on the show and getting it all organized, and then figuring out what our questions will be, what will be the strongest information we can get. Doing the interview, of course, and then after is where all the work comes in. We do our open and our close, and that, with all the silly trick shots that we do, they take a lot of post-production to make those look good, and a lot of help from our athletes and our coaches to make that happen as well. And then I also write a 5 or 6 paragraph story to go along with it on our website. And after, I'm not even sure what David does. I don't even necessarily want to know, but he works all day on the show and does all his video editing and gets me a really clean copy that I stick on the web.
Now talk about some of the tricks that you do, and how many takes does it take to do maybe one particular shot?
Oh, it depends. Sometimes several.
What's been the most difficult thing you've done in pre or post production?
Oh, they're all pretty difficult. I think basketball has been, to make them seamless, has been kind of was the most challenging. There was one I remember that it took 50 shots and I still never made it. We ended up having to bring someone else in to do it for me. And he'll gloat about this, took him 6 shots. So that was probably the most challenging. We have a lot of edits, and it makes it look pretty seamless.
A lot of other people do a lot of work on the program too.
Yes, definitely. Andy Morphew is my work study, and he helps us out with the open and close with some of those and helping get athletes here. And David has a work study named Jared Frizzell, and he also helps out with a lot of the
Hi,
video
Jared.
editing. Jared's right back there filming the show. And I've got some friends from the PR office, Kelly Driscoll and Adam Howman, who helped me come out and help produce the trick shots. And that's been it this season, but we had some help last season from several other people.
And that's in addition to all the other sports writing you do, and,
yes,
and getting all the stats together for the games and writing articles and everything else. So it's just something you do because you love to do it and promote the university.
Yes, definitely. I love this show. I think it really helps promote the university and the community, and gives us a fun face and helps our community members and everyone know the students and the coaches. And so I really love this show, but I also love everything else I do in my job. You know, I do stats, stories, photos, manage the games, do all that stuff, and I absolutely love it. It's wonderful.
It's great to get a one-on-one perspective with the students, especially the international students
Yes.
that maybe you don't get a chance to see or meet face-to-face, and kind of get their perspective on the university and the newness of being in America. I think that's pretty fascinating.
Yeah, and I love finding out how they ended up here, how any of our athletes ended up at USAO, and just other personality ticks about them.
Well, Jessica, thanks for being on the show. We appreciate it. Maybe I can be an interview topic here.
Oh,
in the near
George,
future.
we're definitely going to turn the tables on you too. Don't worry.
Thanks for tuning into this edition of In the Saddle with Drover Sports.
3, 2, 1. I hope you enjoyed this behind the scenes look. We'll see you next week for our regular show. No, sorry. 3, 2, 1. I hope you enjoyed our behind the scenes look. We've got our regular show coming back next week, so we'll see you then on In the Saddle.